Hi everyone, welcome on in and welcome back to all of our subscribers and YouTube members. If you're new here, my name is Shawn Games. I'm going to be your favorite queer disabled content creator from Connecticut who's going to make you fall in love with all of your favorite games all over again, starting with Assassin's Creed. Today we have our newest information for Assassin's Creed Mirage. If you don't know already, Assassin's Creed Mirage is coming out a week earlier due to it hitting gold. What is hitting gold, you may ask? Because I had to Google it as well. It means that the systems that plan on carrying it have tested it. It loads, it works well. Hopefully that'll stay within those first couple of days, because normally with new games, there's always that first bug patch or that first thing. I don't know any Cyberpunk fans who dealt with that, because I dealt with that. I haven't still played that game because of that. Moving on, because today we are looking at Assassin's Creed Mirage, the Lost City. The Lost City. The first thing I think of is the Lost City of Atlantis, but I know it's not that. So I'm interested to see what we're going to learn about the area where Basim is going to be located and how they've designed this world. So without further ado, let's jump in and check it out together. Oh, I love the music already. The scenery in this game thus far has been so beautiful, what they've shown us. Oh, I love that intro every time.
Assassin's Creed Mirage is set in 9th century Baghdad, at a time when the city had grown to become one of the biggest, richest, and most advanced in the world. The Abbasid Empire, the largest of its time, reached from modern Algeria to present-day India. It's also a time of scientific discovery that left a strong impact on our modern cultures.
We started our research on Baghdad very early on, and the more we learned, the clearer it became that this city was a perfect setting for our game. At the time, Baghdad was the center of the world, a vibrant, lively city, and one that would make the perfect playground for the aspiring assassins.
What I find interesting regarding the history of it being the center of the world is that this was a main place for trade. So if you look at our spice trade route and you look at where those lines go, I had a lot of research recently done about my ancestral history. And through that, I learned all about the spice trade route and how my family lineage all went throughout this. And Baghdad, as well as Egypt and the Great Nile there, all are different main areas in Europe and in the Middle East, which were very important for many countries and many traders to get a lot of money.
Rebuilding Baghdad was not going to be an easy task though.
Unlike previous Assassin's Creed games,
almost nothing from the time period has survived to the present day. But we still wanted to be sure to do everything we could to be respectful of the culture and history of the city. That's the Assassin's Creed way.
So what about Baghdad?
We had to give our team the freedom to recreate Baghdad from scratch with nothing but the historical information we had from the time period. Like Gilles Strange books, Baghdad during the Abbasid Caliphate, but also description by medieval travelers, archaeological findings from neighboring cities, and other buildings from the time that are still standing.
But we weren't alone on this journey. We worked with
they
experts,
did a bunch of experts.
Like Dr.
They
Claire
posted
Anderson,
a
specialist
full
in
list
Islamic
of all
art and history during the Caliphal period, who helped us with the world art, or Dr. Raphael Whalen, Ubisoft Montreal historian.
9th century Baghdad is...
I love that Assassin's Creed spends so much time doing research about the areas where they plan to have their games, and they take experts from history and have them invite them to their team and invite all of the information that they can share with them to make these games that are close to replicas of the areas that we get to explore. So I find that really interesting because I'm not a huge history buff. I've never have been, but I've always loved Egypt. So I'm excited to get to our Egypt game as haven't gotten there yet. We just finished Assassin's Creed 3, so I'm excited. We'll eventually get to Mirage. But as we're getting there, I'm learning more and more about different aspects of history that I didn't know about, but I did learn little nits and bits during school.
The Lost City, a city that we reconstructed using text and archaeology. From this material, the team created 4 major districts, defining the city, each with distinct looks and crowds.
Oh, that's really cool how they're separating everything, so it's easy to know based on just visuals.
This
like
is where
doors,
scholars, philosophers, scientists, and astronomers gather and transmit knowledge from the entire empire and beyond. The market district of Kah, where large crowds gather to do business, bargain, or trade goods from China, Constantinople,
the colors are
and
so
Spain.
good.
The industrial district of Arbiye is a dense,
I like the way that the map
the
zoom in there.
Slavers, orphans,
went from
thugs, and
2D to
workers
like a 3D.
try to scrape a living. And finally, at the center of it all, we have the seat of power in the region, the iconic round city, also known at the time as Madinat al-Salam,
This
the
synchronization
city
is
of
so
peace.
good.
Behind its walls lie lush gardens, fountains, and a magnificent caliphal palace.
I love all the
saw
use of
Baghdad as
green
a child
in
without
all
ever
of
going
this.
back. So seeing the city come together from its first white blocks to the final assets was an unforgettable experience. I remember having chills the day we added the correct lighting. Seeing the sky, the dust in the atmosphere, the sun and
That looks
shadows.
so good.
From dusk to dawn, we put a great care into making each hour of the day feel distinct so we could really immerse players in the world.
Ooh.
And if you pay attention,
As it goes
you
to
can
nightfall,
even hear
that's so
the adhan,
good.
the Muslim call to prayer as you approach the mosque.
I'm glad that they added that. That's really important to make sure that they're staying
We're
as
not
true
just
to authentic
exploring
to
a
the
new
area.
setting in the Assassin's Creed
I wonder if they'll have like different times. So they mentioned that one time for prayer, but isn't prayer for them 6 times a day? So I wonder if they do those like I think it's 6, don't quote me on it. But I wonder if they're going to have multiple times throughout the day where you hear that prayer, or if it's just during that one time, I'm assuming morning.
universe. We're also going to give players the chance to meet some of the key figures in Baghdad at the time.
Okay.
Authenticity and accuracy are always important to us whenever we deal with real-life historical characters, and it's no different in Mirage. We have the Banu Musa, genius inventors of
Okay.
the era, who
I
made
love the
massive
colors of their
contributions to
outfits.
the science of mechanics. Of course, in Mirage, they'll be putting that knowledge to use to help Basim and the Hidden Ones.
When most players think
Still
of
wanna learn what a
Baghdad, they
hidden
imagine the
one would mean
dusty,
versus
ruined
it being
landscape from
assassins.
movies and first-person
Wonder when that
shooters.
switched.
But we felt it was important to show a different side to the city, one that celebrated its proud cultural heritage.
The Tales of Baghdad are short, narrative side quests touching on key cultural subjects from the time period, like astronomy
really cool.
or literature. We also created the History of Baghdad feature, designed as a throwback to the original codex from the first Assassin's Creed games. Players will have a chance to
Wait a second, did they remove the codex? Because we're playing Assassin's Creed 3 currently. We pretty much finished it. We're doing the DLC. But like, what is going on with that? Where did the codex go? I'm interested to learn more of why they stopped having a codex, but continue on.
explore the game world, to learn more about the people, landmarks, and events essential to Baghdad's history.
that's really
It felt
pretty.
important to share the historical knowledge that went into the making of the game and to accompany the player.
mean, you put all
in
that
their
work into
discovery
it, you
of
might
the
as well
city.
share it with
We
people to
crafted the
learn more.
content with historians and local experts to help tackle some common cliches about the region and its culture.
We're recreating
I
the
love
bustling,
that.
urban feel of the original games. We have larger crowds in Mirage, which offer more opportunities to blend in at street level, especially in dense areas like markets. With Baghdad being home to multiple religions and cultures, you'll see the diversity in clothes, languages, and iconography.
I'm glad they're not. I think that's something that Assassin's Creed does really well from what I've noticed as far as they don't play into those traditional, I'm going to say traditional in quotes here, of like how you prescribe people, how you describe people, how you describe different cultures. They really learn about the breadth of life that comes from a culture and how there's varying different backgrounds and varying different people and very different ways. For this is even an example to talk about faith in this one city and how there's multiple different religions that people are intertwining and relating to and having people who they know who are one religion, and there's probably, I'm assuming there's going to be some fight at some point in the game talking about religion, because I'm assuming Christianity at some point is going to come in and try to take over the area, as Christianity has always done throughout history. So I'm wondering if that's going to happen or how they're going to go about that narrative and how they're going to talk about religion more. Let's see what else we're going to learn.
Baghdad is not the only location you'll be able to explore in the game.
Oh, interesting.
We have
Where
a
else are we
great
going?
diversity of biomes around the city, each with their
Okay.
own unique look and feel. And of
Why are we
course,
going
we have
here?
the home base of the Assassins, set at the bottom of the fortress of Alamut,
Oh.
a unique location in our lore, and one we can't wait for players to
That's
discover.
so pretty.
When we first announced the game, we had so many enthusiastic reactions from players all around the world, particularly
I can only
players from the
imagine.
Arabic world and with Arabic heritage, which made us especially proud.
We can't wait
Because
for
you're-
you to
you're-
explore
because they're also like, the game is in Arabic from the get-go. So like anyone who's looking to have the game in Arabic has it from the get-go, has the spoken as well as the subtitles, which they haven't done. A lot of times with subtitles, I've noticed from what I'm learning about the series is that they add subtitles in afterwards, or they're only able to do so much. There was a big controversy I was reading about, I think it was Odyssey, where the Arabic was mistranslated, so it didn't make sense for players, so they had to take it out, and then they put it back months later, and fans were disappointed, but also excited to have their language in the game. So I'm really excited to see what fans say and what Arabic fans say about having their language naturally woven into the game, and how they'll potentially do that in the future.
Or the beautiful world we have recreated when you join
I'm excited
Basim on
to play
his
this
upcoming
game.
adventure.
I read online all the negative people say about the new games coming out, and I haven't really seen anything negative for this one. So I'm really interested to see what people think when it comes out, and it comes out a week early, which is perfect. So good. Get a bonus quest. Oh, what's this? Hold up. You're not going to do this to me. Pre-order available to get a bonus quest, the 40 Thieves. So if you haven't pre-ordered already, make sure you folks do that so you can get this bonus quest. I wonder what that's about. If you cannot tell already, I have dived deep into the Assassin's Creed lore, the community. I'm learning all I can about everything that you folks have experienced since 2009. So I cannot wait to get to this game, and I'm really interested to see what people think about it when it first comes out. Are there going to be bugs and glitches that first day? Are you going to play that first day? Or are you going to be someone like me who maybe will play an hour or like 2 hours the first day, and then I'll wait 2 or 3 days to see if any bug patches come out, and then I'll continue? I know the Baldur's Gate community, for example, has been complaining about Act 3. So I want to make sure that when I'm experiencing these games, I can do the best way. So how are you going to be planning on playing this game? Are you going to play it when it first comes out? Are you going to wait a week and see if all the updates come out? This is our last update of the history of the game. I'm interested to see what else they're going to share. We have a Gamescom announcement next week. I wonder if it's another trailer. I wonder if it's extended gameplay. I'm really hoping to see some more extended gameplay. So I hope you folks will join me in our next reaction video to the Gamescom announcement. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like and comment on it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to learn more from all of you, as you folks always do in the comment section. If you want to join me on my journey to defeating all of the Assassin's Creed games, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you know when our newest videos go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you folks soon, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.